Hey, it's Phil from Habit Bootcamps, and in this video I want to talk about the 20 differences between busy people and productive people. A lot of times when I'm asking people how they've been, they are answering, I've been busy. But being busy doesn't necessarily mean being productive, because being productive means doing the right things. Being busy often just means doing things. There is a difference between working on your business and working on your busyness. When you work on your business, you're really using your time, energy, and attention wisely. If you're working on your busyness, you're just all over the place, being active, but not really getting anywhere. Often the biggest waste of time is doing something really well that shouldn't have been done at all. Our society has labeled being busy as being successful, as doing something worthy, being occupied, being busy. But that isn't the same as being productive. We can have a very long to-do list and all these activities that we're spending time with and that we are doing, but they aren't efficient and they aren't effective. You can be addicted to the struggle, being occupied, being busy, being active all the time, constantly putting things in your calendar, but not really focusing on the right things. To be everywhere is to be nowhere. You can be doing a lot of things, but actually achieving and completing nothing. You don't want to confuse activity with productivity. You don't just want to be busy. What are we actually busy about? Feeling productive is not the same as being productive. You can use being busy as an excuse to work on the things that really matter, and that should be your main focus. Productivity is about doing more in less time so you feel fulfilled at the end of the day. You can be doing a lot of things and being busy, but at the end of the day, you're not really feeling fulfilled because you haven't been productive. So in this video, I want to give you 20 differences between busy people and productive people. Number 1, busy people focus on action, productive people focus on clarity before action. Busy people just focus on activity, just doing things. Not doing them effectively, not doing them efficiently. They really don't have a clear vision. Productive people really first sit down, have a clear vision about what they should focus on, and have clear boundaries about what's important and what's not important. Number 2, busy people measure the input of their time. Productive people measure the quality of their output. Busy people only focus about the quality of time, the quality of hours they've put into their work. But productive people look at what they actually achieved. You can be doing a lot of things in a lot of time and actually do less than somebody who really focused on the things that matter. So productivity is not just about the quantity of time. It's also about the choices you made and the quality of focus. So productive people really look at what they achieved. Not just about spending time and then not looking at what they actually spend time on. Number 3, busy people focus on task completion. Productive people focus on goal accomplishment. Busy people often have a long task and to-do list, and they keep on switching from task to task to task without relating it to a goal or chunking down that goal into smaller steps and thinking, are these steps actually leading me towards achieving this goal? They focus on task completion. They have a little bit of gratification of knowing like, yeah, I finished the task. But they don't like that the fact if doing this task, completing this task is actually leading them closer to their desired goals. Number 4, busy people have a lot of priorities. Productive people have few priorities. Busy people don't have a filtering system to decide what's important and what's not important. Productive people really sit down and decide these are the priorities, these are the things that matter, these are the things that are really important. If you have no priorities, it will be really difficult to decide what you should work on. So you basically are all over the place, doing too many things that are not related to each other, and as said before, is not bringing you closer to achieving any goal. This is the problem of a lot of busy people. They're all over the place and they don't have a specific direction that they move towards. So productive people decide this thing is the thing that I will focus on, and this thing is just something that I will put on hold, or I will delete, or I will do later, but I'm not going to focus on it right now because it's not a priority. Number 5, busy people don't plan or reflect. Productive people take the time to plan and reflect and decide the most efficient and effective way to do things. Busy people just immediately jump into action. They don't plan or reflect and look at their list and realize, is this important or is not important? They just get active immediately without thinking, should I do this now? Should I do this later? Or should I just delete it? They don't really have a clear focus about deciding if this thing really suits them right now. Oftentimes, people really have this false sense of being productive when they're completing things. So they have a very big to-do list and they keep on completing things without actually getting anywhere because there's no blueprint, strategic plan of execution. Productive people really sit down and think, is this related to the main focus and the main task I want to do today? If not, they decide, I'm not going to do it. That's why planning and reflecting is so important, so you're focusing not just on things or tasks, but on the right things and the right tasks. Number 6, busy people say yes quickly, productive people say yes slowly. Busy people say yes to everything, productive people say yes strategically. Busy people keep overloading and overwhelming themselves. Their to-do list and task list keeps on growing without actually narrowing down and choosing priorities. Productive people really sit down and think, should I say yes right now? Because it will take time, it will demand attention, energy, and willpower to focus on this. So should I say yes to this right now? Because it will always demand a trade-off with other things you could be doing. So they think strategically and think, shall I say yes to this? Can I actually take this on? Or will it just overload and overwhelm myself? Number 7, busy people only focus on the short term. Productive people focus on the bigger picture and the long term. Busy people are only focusing on short-term pleasure, instant gratification, just doing things now and maybe looking like a week ahead. Productive people think, these tasks, these steps, will these lead me to my bigger goal? Will this help me in the long term? They have a bigger impulse control to decide, I'm not going to do this right now because it maybe will serve me and give me good feelings now, but in the future it will actually not bring me closer to the thing that will make me feel fulfilled. Busy people are only focusing on the here and now and often what they feel like doing. But productive people don't only do what they feel like doing. They do what they have to do, whether they feel like it or not. They are thinking several steps ahead and they are taking strategic and tactical action towards achieving the thing that they want. Number 8, busy people talk about how busy they are. Productive people let their results do the talking. Oftentimes people answer, oh, it's been very hectic, I've been busy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are successful or on the right course. Productive people don't talk so much. People already see the results that they are bringing in and they don't have to talk about how busy or how much they've been doing. Their results speak for themselves. This is always better to just be an example instead of talking about it, because it can sound good that you're busy and doing a lot of things, but oftentimes it doesn't mean that you're productive or getting anywhere. Number 9, busy people are talking about how they will change. Productive people are actually doing those changes. People who are busy often talk about what they know, what they will change, without actually doing things, implement things, and changing themselves. They are in this superficial way of gathering information, doing things, without actually going deep, without actually making a choice and really working with something. Productive people, again, related to the previous point, they just don't talk about how they will change. They are actually working and being productive to work on the right things and actually make that change possible. So instead of talking about all the things that they know that they should be doing, they are actually doing it. Instead of talking about how certain things could transform their life, they are actually in the process of transformation themselves. Number 10, busy people talk about how little time they have. Productive people make time for what is important. Oftentimes, busy people don't have time to work on other aspects in their life that is important. When other people are asking to meet them, they're saying like, no, I don't have time, I'm too busy at the moment. Productive people really decide about what is important in their life and make time for it. Meeting some friends, meditation, going to nature, doing some exercise, taking some time off. So busy people only focus on the quantity of time and they're filling their agenda so much that they don't have time anymore to also balance their life out and integrate other aspects which could really help them be productive. Productive people actually make time for it. They use their time wisely, they are working a lot of hours, but they are also making time for things that are important. They don't cramp up time so much that they have to sacrifice other aspects in their life that is also important to them and their loved ones. Number 11, busy people multitask, productive people focus and do tasks single-handedly. In previous videos, I already talked about the myth of multitasking. We can only consciously work on one task at a time. But when we're multitasking all the time, it can seem that we're busy, it can seem that we're productive, but we're actually not working deeply and using our focus and attention wisely. Productive people really choose specific tasks, go deep, and only go to the next task when they finished one. That way they do a lot more in less time because they're not only using their time quantitatively wisely, but also are using their quality of focus wisely. And productivity is always about the quantity of time, but also about the quality of focus. And when you're multitasking, you're not really using your focus and attention wisely. Number 12, busy people keep all distractions open. Productive people close those distractions. Busy people often are easily distracted. They are keeping too many doors open. They are on social media, on their smartphone, they are multitasking, so they're all over the place and easily distracted. Productive people really safeguard their attention and make sure that they're not disturbed. They are using apps, shutting off their phone. They are letting people know when they can be contacted and when they can be contacted. So they're really using their focus and attention wisely. Busy people just open up all opportunities and saying yes too quickly, as I said in the previous point, so they're easily distracted on somebody else's schedule and not really delivering deep work. Number 13, busy people work hard, productive people work hard and smart. Productivity is not just about working hard, it is also about working smart. You really want to ask the question, is the way I'm working right now and making decisions the most effective and efficient way how I could be doing things? It's often not that busy people don't have a work ethic, they are really working, they are just not really working on the things that they should be working on. You don't just want to be active, you want to be proactive and work on the things that really matter. So you want to work smart, thinking about, is this the thing I should be working on? Are these things the most important task? Is it related to my main focus and my big goal? And is it leading me to a feeling of being fulfilled and getting closer each day, each week to my desired outcome? That's some questions you should be asking instead of just doing something and afterwards thinking like, yes, I've been doing a lot of things, but I've not been doing the right things. Number 14, busy people always have excuses to not work on important things. Productive people make time for them. Busy people often rely on motivation before doing something, but they procrastinate because they don't feel like doing them. Because those most important things often are not the things that we feel like doing, and they task a lot of willpower to do them. Productive people don't depend on their motivation. They just sit down and first work on the most difficult, most important task. That way they already knock down a big domino, a big thing that will make them feel fulfilled at the end of the day when they have the most willpower, energy and attention. Busy people like to work on things that maybe are urgent but are not so important, and they keep on avoiding doing the thing that they should be doing. If you're productive, you really want to work on the most important things so you finish something and completed something that you know you should be doing. The more time passes during the day, the more willpower and attention and energy will dissipate and the less you will feel like doing it. Number 15, busy people don't understand which tasks matter. Productive people understand which tasks matter. Busy people don't decide on the most important task. They don't decide the previous day. At the end of the day, these are the 3 most important tasks I should be working on, or at the beginning of the morning and say, okay, these are my priorities. Productive people really sit down and decide these are the essential tasks. These are the big dominoes I should knock down today, this week, this month. That way you protect your focus and really make sure that you narrow down and cut things out that aren't important. Number 16, busy people focus on micro details. Productive people focus on macro details and micro details. Busy people often are focusing on those little things that really don't matter, that aren't essential. Busy people, and especially perfectionists, are focusing on details that might sound important but aren't really. You're wasting a lot of time of just focusing on details, and actually you could be using your time way better to focus on other things, macro details, most important tasks, main focuses that would give you a lot more momentum and a lot more progress. Sometimes details matter, other times details don't matter. Oftentimes, good enough is good enough. As soon as you reach momentum, you keep on making a new move, doing a new task that gets you closer to your goal. You don't want to be lost in all those details of those micro elements of the tasks. Oftentimes, good enough is good enough. You could spend a lot of time tweaking details while you could have used that time to really work on the goal you want to achieve. Number 17, busy people don't take time off, productive people take time off. Productivity is not just about doing things, it's about working hard, working smart, and then also recovering. Because everything that you do demands willpower, focus, and attention. So you want to also find ways to restore those things. So you want to take time off sometimes to recover, so when you get back to work, you're fully focused again. Busy people often only focus on activity, and they are sacrificing their sleep, exercise, nutrition, and social relationships. But this is a short-term strategy. In the long term, your body and other elements in your life will start to suffer, and it will be more difficult to focus. So sometimes you want to plan a vacation, unwind, just have a whole go with the flow day, go with the flow moment, so you can just unwind. Because we can be focused and productive all the time. Sometimes we want to restore and unwind. Just as the same thing as in the gym, you're lifting these weights, you're breaking down muscles, you also want to nourish your body and sleep and refresh so those muscles can recover, so we can pick up more weight the next time. The same thing with productivity. We really want to put in effort, work on the right things, not just doing things, but also let our body, let our mind, let our life recover so we can be our full, powerful self again when we get to work. Number 18, busy people let other people set their direction, productive people set their own direction and constantly evaluate their progress and their direction. Busy people often take on tasks and go in a direction without ever evaluating it or getting feedback on it. They're choosing a direction, so they keep on going in this direction, and often they haven't decided it themselves, they are just following the path that others have decided for them. Productive people go in a certain direction but evaluate if it's getting them closer to their goal. So sometimes they've been putting a lot of energy and effort in a certain direction, but then they ask themselves the question, is this serving me? Is this really the best use of my time, energy, and attention? And if the answer is no, even if you're putting a lot of energy in this direction, they say, it's not serving me, I'm not going to go in this direction anymore. So it's a flexible kind of direction. You want to go in this direction to have enough feedback if it's working or not, and if it's really bringing you closer to your goal, but you want to decide it for yourself. You don't want to keep walking a path that others decided for you, or that you've been walking a long time, but it's not serving you anymore. So you really want to choose a direction, really go deep, give it time, be patient, but after a while, productive people really evaluate if this direction is really making them have progress. Number 19, busy people try to do everything themselves. Productive people try to find the best tools, services, and people that could help them. Busy people often want to do everything themselves. They're not thinking if they could maybe find an app or a tool or a service or a coach or could delegate it to someone else. Productive people really think about the time they could be saving by automating things, delegating things, giving it over, handing it over to somebody else. Because time is precious. We only have 24 hours in a day. So if you know that instead of you doing something, but you're not the best in it, you're not an expert in it, and you could hand it over to somebody else who could do it in less time, so it would save up more time for you to use effectively and efficiently on the things that really matter in your life, it's a really good decision to invest in some tools and some services and some people who could help you out. That way you save some time and you free up some time to really focus on the things that really are important and that matter and get you closer to the goal that you have. And number 20, busy people don't have routines, productive people have routines. Busy people often don't have any kind of working routine or time management system. So every time they have to decide what, how, where, when they will do it. But the benefit of habits is that once you keep doing something, it becomes easier and more comfortable. And that frees up a lot of willpower. So you have more energy and attention to focus on the things that really matter. So productive people really make sure that they work in a specific way and see if they can have some morning routines, some evening routines, some working habits that they can do, so they know this way I have more willpower, I have more energy and attention, and I have to make less decisions because it's already clear. These routines, these habits are really serving me, so this way I can build more willpower, energy, motivation, and attention for myself. That's why productive people focus so much on routines and habits, because they know they only have limited time and limited willpower, so they want to build up things that frees up more willpower and time. So these were the 20 differences between busy people and productive people. So let me know which one of these differences really resonated with you. If there's any difference that I haven't mentioned, be sure to drop them in the comments below. Realize that productivity is not just about doing things. It's about doing the right things and making the right decisions. Realize that productivity is about doing more in less time. It's just not about the quantity or the whole load of activities you're doing. It's really narrowing down on the things that really matter. That way, we really can be productive and not be all over the place. And more important, have that feeling of being fulfilled at the end of the day, and also free up time to work on other things beside work, because productivity is not just about work all the time, it's about working efficiently and effectively. So you can also work on your health, on your skills, on your passions, on your social relationship, so you have a productive life that is way more balanced than just being busy, being stressed, and being active all the time. I hope this video helps. Let me know what lesson you learned from this video by dropping a comment below, and I will talk to you in the next video. Hey, it's Phil from Habit Bootcamps, and if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe and check out some more videos about how to overcome laziness, procrastination, and do more in less time.